What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled Superficial Love Languages. You know, there's a difference between what's real and what you feel is real. And, everybody has a different love language. But because society is so materialistic, some of these love languages have become just straight superficial. What I mean by that is, giving gifts and receiving gifts is a love language. But if you're one of those person who has to give gifts because they're expensive or only receive expensive gifts to understand that somebody has some type of care for you, then you got a superficial love language, because every gift doesn't have to be expensive. What it has to be is a something that represents them knowing your personality, and if somebody's into you, there are things that they can do that you would like as a gift, because they know your upbringing. They know the things you miss. They know the things that you crave. They know your childhood memories, your teenage memories, your adolescence or young adult memories, your adult memories, your wants and desires. That's small and big. So, but if you can only say, I got you this and it costs this amount of money, or the person says, if you buy me something, it gotta cost this amount of money, then your love language is superficial, because it has nothing to do with knowing you. You just know that you're overly superficial to the point where you don't love anything but the idea that somebody would spend money on you, or you put your value into the price of the gifts you got, and not into the thought it takes to bring that gift to fruition, right? Or bring or create a memory. You don't, and it lacks creativity. If somebody thinks your love language is just expensive, it lacks creativity, because a person who has money doesn't have to love you. They're like, take this shit up. That's what you're about. They know that you really have no imagination. Another superficial love language would be, I know this is gonna mess with people, but sex. If you're doing everything for sex, or you're using sex to get things from people, then your love language is superficial. See, there's a difference between sex and romance. There's a difference between sexuality and sensuality. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, okay, the goal is to have an orgasm, you got to ask yourself, can I already do that? Like, what about flirting with this person during the day to let them know that I care about them? What about getting their mind into the idea that they're the only one on the planet for me? What about making them feel special on a not so special day, or just doing something to make somebody smile just because you like to see them smile? You know what I'm saying? That's romance. All day flirting, from the minute you get up in the morning to when they get off work to when they get to you. that evening, you know. But if all you think about is, oh, just, you know, I see you, give me some, oh, that's all I needed. That's not really a love language. That's superficial because you don't really care about them. You care about you're using them as a sex toy to get off. And you know, how many orgasms you gonna have until you realize you really don't care about that person, you know, and you don't care about anybody because your love language is just the the act of sex, not the art of romance. Um, it is what it is. Uh, Another like superficial love language. How can I say this? Bad communication. When when you have to when you think a tantrum is gonna get you what you want, an argument is gonna get you what you want, causing a scene is gonna get you what you want, being disrespectful is gonna get you what you want, being manipulative, you know, is gonna get you what you want in a relationship, then you know you have a superficial love language because it's childish. It's you, me, I. If I don't get what I want, I'm gonna have a blow up, and I'm gonna have a blow up until you do something that puts a pacifier in my mouth to shut me up, like a child. You know, when a child cries and you give them food, and then they go, "Yeah, what I want." Like adults do that. And that means your love language is superficial because you don't know how to communicate properly to to be taken seriously as an adult. Because what winds up happening is when you keep throwing these tantrums, people take you less and less serious. They lose more and more respect for you because your love language is of a child, and no adult wants to be with somebody who's supposed to be an adult but has the mentality of a kid. You know, it's one thing to date somebody younger than you with an old soul. It's another thing to date somebody old with a young mind. You know, your love language is superficial when you think, you know, just acting a fool could get you whatever you want. That's just you just out of pocket. You just straight out of pocket with that. Another superficial love language is entitlement. I pause because there's a few ways I can go with this. When you think people owe you something, that because they love you and they owe you things that were caused by people in the past, they're paying for somebody else's mistakes with you, or they're paying, or you think they owe you for your bad decisions in previous people. You got a superficial love language because you're entitled to stuff. Because a lot of times people who feel entitled and owed a better relationship than the ones that they were in previously are not good to the people that they wind up being in relationships currently, because they still think this person owes me. I broke up with them, they owe me, so you're gonna pay me back, and until I get what I'm supposed to get from that person through you, I'm just gonna cause a problem. You know, and you won't, and you won't. I won't believe you love me until you pay for their mistakes to the point where I feel that, you know, you've earned my real love and my real trust. And the problem with that is this: you create a bitter, you create a bitter person, because the very person that you are in a relationship when your love language is entitlement is the very person that you wind up feeling slighted by and feeling owed from. And you ain't gonna never pay the person back that you want to do all these extracurricular things for you. And sometimes these people don't even know it at first that that's what's going on. They don't know that you're playing games with them. They don't know that you're using them to get what you didn't get previously. But then time they figure it out. And when they figure it out, they're not rocking with you no more. And because your love language is completely wrong. And because it's so superficial, they're going to leave you to find something real, because nobody got time to play games, man. Because that person that you have that entitlement with might actually be legitimately more entitled to something from you than you are from them. But they're not playing that game with you because they treat you as a new person in a new relationship on a new day. They're not bringing back their past into their present. But since you can't do that, your love language is superficial. I gotta eat, man. So I'm getting out of here. I'm hungry. Peace.